nice kids giveaway rocks, if you will. And these all came from the Mount Hood Rock Club. So now that they're sanded and polished, I will return them to the club to give away. I think they're all thunder eggs except for maybe 2. Now, interestingly, this is a Sucker Creek thunder egg, but so is this. And one has white matrix and the other has red matrix. Now, this one, I'm not sure of the location. It's very soft matrix, but it actually took a decent polish, as you can see. And then we have I think this one is from the Ochoco Mountains, and then a bunch of Richardson's Ranch thunder eggs. They seem to be popular. They're quite abundant. Now this one's got, I don't know that I'd qualify it as plume, but it's certainly got some interesting features in there. And then I believe this is Bruno Jasper, which technically is also a thunder egg. And then I think this one is from the Ochoco agate beds. The upper bed, there's actually 2 beds there. This one is from the Friends Ranch, and this is a piece of jasper. Looks like metamorphic with all the layers in there. And then this one, I'm not sure it's a thunder egg. It might be. If it is, it's a decent one. That one might not make it back to the club. It's a really nice moss agate, moss / plume. I don't know if that'll show on the camera, but it's quite intriguing. Wonder if I could get a cab out of it. Anyway, just keeping me off the streets and polishing and sanding, or sanding and polishing these to get back to the club. Here's a few more pieces for the Mount Hood Rock Club. Piece of petrified wood, not sure the location. This thunder egg is probably from Whistler Springs Campground up in the Ochoco Mountains. And this is also from the Ochoco Mountains, but most likely from the Lucas Stripe claim. These will all be going back to the Mount Hood Rock Club, just like the others.